we're here for the extra credit to visit Boron mine for Chem 171. Now we're on our way to the visit center of the mine, which is like pretty crappy place, I suppose. My car is getting damaged slowly, but we're really looking forward to it.
We are at the gate of the visitor center.
I've worked up here for
Hi,
several
this
years.
is Jim.
And I worked down in the processing plant and the mine for 41 years.
Oh, cool.
Retired in 03, come up here in 08. So been around
Wow.
borax for over 50 years.
It's been a long time.
Wow.
Would you like a sample of the borates we mine here?
Sure.
The two on the top are the calcium borates, holmanite and ulysite. Those two borates we stockpile. We don't process those.
Oh, okay.
Kernite, named after Kern County, where this ore body is located. And borax are the same thing other than the water content in borax is 10 parts. Kernite is only 4 parts.
What do you use these two for?
We don't.
Oh,
You
okay.
don't?
No, that's going to be saved for the future. It's not as good a quality of borax, and it's going to be a little harder to process because it's got calcium in it.
So I mean, like right now, you don't have like ways to process these two.
We do, but in other words, like I like to say, we are taking the cream of the crop.
Okay,
Oh,
The 2 sodium borates.
I see what you mean.
sodium bond.
This is pretty cool.
With what?
Yep, Death Valley.
Oh.
How far is it from here? It's like 3
Death
hours,
Valley is
5
about
hours.
150, maybe 60 miles, 150, 60 miles from here.
I see.
It started actually mining and processing out of Teals and Rhodes Marsh, Nevada.
Oh, damn.
And then it was discovered in Death Valley. Back in 1913, they discovered borax here.
Okay.
A fellow named Doc Sukow from the Los Angeles area come up to Kramer Junction, and he thought this would be a good place for a rheumatism or maybe a TB sanitarium with the hot, dry climate.
Oh.
Okay, so he hired a couple fellas here to drill for water.
Oh.
They drilled and drilled and drilled and said, there is no water.
There's
He
no
said,
water?
well, drill deeper.
Yeah,
So
it's
they
not far.
drilled deeper, and this white stuff come up.
Oh.
So he took some samples down to his office in LA. Clarence Razor from Pacific Coast Borax out of Death Valley happened to be in his office, and he said, where'd you get this borax?
Oh.
And Dr. Sukow said, well, up there at Kramer Junction. So here come Pacific Coast Borax, I think American Potash, and 1 or 2 other big mining companies. And they started drilling. Of course, we have our technology department that takes samples. I said, okay, you're in a, we're in a good kernite, because we use kernite. We've had for years used kernite to bring it up to the boric acid plant. We use a little bit of sulfuric acid and hot water to process kernite to make boric acid.
I see.
Oh, okay. So they're all the raw material?
This is all the raw material here,
Cool.
borax. Borax, we can use just hot water in the old part of the plant built in '56 to process.
So they're all processed here, or?
Yes, everything is processed here, and we just sell it to our customers. That bucket will pick up between 85 and 100 tons a scoop.
Wow.
3 scoops will fill a 240-ton truck in about 70 seconds.
Wow.
What's the difference to my boron with the other, like copper or iron?
There are similar. Copper mine is a big open.
The techniques should be pretty similar, right?
The
The
techniques
thing
are
about
similar.
borax is it's in what they call an ore body.
Ore body?
Yes.
What do you mean?
like this.
Oh.
And it's sealed up with this clay or mud. And of course we've had faults throughout.
Oh.
This kind of gives you a little more picture of it over here.
How
also.
deep? How deep is? Oh, 2,000 feet? More than 2,000 feet.
They say about 18 million years ago it started. This is some of the household products that borax is in.
Cool.
Tile on the space shuttle, scrap tile is on the space shuttle, insulated.
Oh.
It's used in fire break, put out forest fires. It's used in bulletproof vests.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What's this?
It's used in cosmetics, it's used in denture cleaners, ceramic tiles, nylon processing, anything, fiberglass,
Fiberglass?
automotive fluids,
Oh.
anything glass, chrome processing, fertilizer. Miracle Grow because it's got the element boron in it, which is very important nutrient in the soil for whatever you're growing to produce well.
Oh, really?
Now, if it doesn't have the good amount of boron, the element boron, which is in borax, from the volcanic action of the basalt, put the element boron in the ore body. And even in vitamin and minerals that you take, the element boron is in it also. It's sprayed on wood products to keep the bugs out.
Oh.
Of course, it's used in fireworks.
Wait, how's that gonna work? How's it gonna keep the bug out?
They have some sand?
It, well, like we've got some boric acid powder you sprinkle around.
Oh, I
that
see,
kills the
yeah.
cockroaches.
Oh.
Now, this is sprayed on there, but it's
spread on the
keeps
surface?
when you're it's sprayed on the surface, so when you build a house, you don't have it full of bugs because the borate spray kills the bugs.
How much boron do you produce every year?
Well, we refine and sell about 1 million tons of borate a year.
Oh.
Refined product. We package it in bags,
Oh.
pallets of them, or super bags, or bulk cars.
Oh.
So like most of the boron you guys produce are gonna be for exporting, or it's gonna keep in the United
A lot
States?
of it is export, but we sell a lot of fertilizers throughout the United States, Canada, Mexico, whatever they're using it in, the fiberglass. This is kind of a scale of a drawing of a processing that we go through. And this is from the boric acid plant when they built that in 1980. Plastic models of it. This is called the crystallizers. To the right is your thickeners, we call them big, huge settling tanks.
Skill model. What is this gonna be like for?
Separate from mine.
When they take,
Oh, they're gonna separate it? Okay.
they take the raw ore and they send it to plant one processing plant after it's crushed a couple of times, then it's dissolved into a hot liquid we call liquor.
Oh, I have a question. Why do you guys set the speed limit to 37, like, and 0.5?
You notice that?
Yeah.
We were like wondering because
That's
this number is really
the whole
random.
idea is to
For fun?
look, this is, we want to keep the speed limit down.
Okay.
You notice coming in, there's a little grooves there and rip.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how did you get this number?
Well, one of the gentlemen that was a supervisor in the instrument shop went over to utility because Bill Anderson, our resident manager at that time, said, I want speed limit signs out there and throughout the plant.
Yeah.
Well, this gentleman from the instrument shop went over to utility and he said, let's make them 37 and a half, 14, 3.
Yeah, like 23.
And you go,
So like people will care more when they notice.
everybody sees 5, so
Yeah.
they don't think anything about it.
Oh.
Let's make it 3.
Oh,
That's
smart.
That's a really funny way to do it.
Oh. like to go ahead, take a chair. Video's about 9, 10 minutes long. When the video's over with, I'll open up the curtains. We can look out over the mine and refinery.
Nice.
Oh, great. Can we walk into the mine? No.
From here, we're up on top of the building.
Oh,
You can
just.
go up on top of the building, but
Okay.
you can't go down into the area.
We can.
No,
No. Oh, okay.
no. Sorry. Let me get the video going for you folks. I'll come back in after the video's over with.
Okay,
Go
thank you.
from there. From this edge of the pit on the west end, the far end of the pit is well over 2 miles long. We're about 800 feet deep, and we're about 1 3/4 miles wide. We have a cogeneration plant, make our own electricity.
Oh, really?
That one?
Yes. That gray stack to the left of the 2 domes there. The far side, the big pile you see on the far side is borax for the older part of the plant underneath the red and white checkered water tower.
How many pits do they have right now?
How many what?
How many pits? Like
One
okay.
big open pit.
You said that they started at this end
Yes.
and then began working that way. Are they just going down now, or are they still moving?
We're doing both.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it started out here at about 190 feet. And after they got this part opened up, if you look over the edge, you'll see a hole in a little bit of an ore body down there that we call a portal. That is the West Baker mine shaft. And there's a tunnel from the West Baker mine shaft for 2 miles underground to the Baker mine shaft at the old mill where we mined and processed underground from 1927 to 1957. In that little bit of an ore body there, they made rooms in there, and that was a fallout shelter back in the late 50s, early 60s. I probably remember something about that.
All right, well, I remember quite a bit about borax and borax because I grew up with it.
Oh.
My father was a mechanic, had his own garage, so he had this stuff for cleaning the grease off his hands.
Borax.
And of course, I was listening to the 20 Mule Team on the radio when I was a kid.
Yeah, started
got
on
to see
the
it on
radio,
TV,
then
but-
went to TV, 1952, and it run from 1952 to 1972.
How many years later we will run out of boron?
Well, they're looking at about another 30, 35 years in the ore body. That's besides our calcium stockpile. But we're gonna run out of borax in 5 or 6 years.
Wow.
We do have a lot of kernite, which is our other sodium borate. But in the boric acid plant down in front of us, you see that white tank with the brown stripes? That is full of sulfuric acid. So we use sulfuric acid in hot water to process kernite to make boric acid. Now, we can't do that in the old part of the plant because it's not designed for the sulfuric acid. So if you look to the right of the red and white checkered water tower, you see some pipes and stuff sticking up almost as high as a water tower. They spent $160 million on that about a year and a half ago, where they can process kernite, hydrate it, and process it to run through the old part of the plant. It has to be hydrated up to 10 parts water, like borax is starting out, where kernite is only 4 parts water in chemical makeup.
I feel like maybe by the time you run out of the kernite, you will find a way to process the one with calcium in it.
They did also process the calcium borates in Death Valley, but of course that was many years ago.
Yes.
And one of the problems they had with the calcium borate, it was harder and more expensive to process. So when they found this ore body in 1913, let's say that truck is dumping a load of, okay, let's just say borax into the crusher.
Yeah.
Now we refine it in the old part of the plant. 3 truckloads of ore will produce 1 truckload of refined product.
Oh, that's pretty
About
good.
3 to
That's
1
33
ratio. Now, I don't know if that situation would be the same with the calcium borate or not. I don't know. I'm not.
You think it will be lower?
Well, I don't know if it'll be lower so much as it's going to be more expensive and harder.
More work to get it out.
Yeah, to process it, to get the impurities out of it, and I don't know if they're going to have to try to get the calcium out of it, or the customers are going to have to buy more of a calcium borate or not. I don't have any idea on that situation.